Okay, today let us discuss Kepler's laws. Kepler formulated three laws as follows. 1. Each planet moves in an ellipse with the sun at one focus. Second, the radius vector from the sun to a planet sweeps out equal areas in equal time. Third, the period of revolution t of a planet about the sun is related to the major axis of the ellipse A by t square is equal to k into a cube, where k is a constant and it is same for all planets. The first two are we already proved. Okay, elliptical orbits are actually the characteristic of the inverse square law forces. The second law is a general feature of central force motion that we learn as law of equal areas. Okay, that we proved as the property of central force. Now we have to prove the third one. We can prove the third one as follows. So we know the angular momentum L is equal to mu r square theta dot L. Okay, theta dot is actually omega angular velocity. So I divide both left side and right side by 2. Therefore L by 2 is equal to half mu r square d theta by dt. D theta by dt is theta dot, and rearranging L by 2 mu into dt is equal to half r square d theta. So let us analyze what is half r square d theta. Half r square d theta is actually one small portion of a big element. So this is an element of a big one. So here it is r, and this is r d theta, and this is d theta. Actually this is an element of your is an element. This is an element. So this is a small area constituted by that element, have length r and r d theta. If you look it closely, it look like a triangle. Okay, we know the area of the triangle is half into bh. Therefore the area of this one is half into r d theta, that is half r square d theta. Therefore half r square d theta is actually the differential element of area in polar coordinates. R and r d theta are used as elements in polar coordinates. So if you complete this over one period, it will constitute an ellipse. Okay, if you complete this, it will constitute an ellipse. Okay, therefore that's what I written. Over one complete period, it will complete an ellipse. So therefore integrating our equation L by 2 mu into dt is half r square d theta. The left hand side dt become t, the period. Half r square d theta become the area of the ellipse. So this is the ellipse. Okay, area of the ellipse is pi into a into b, where a is the semi major axis and b is the semi minor axis. So therefore on integrating this equation, we will get L by 2 mu into t is equal to area of the ellipse, that is pi into ab. Okay, but we already learned what is semi major axis and semi minor axis. Semi major axis A is equal to capital A by 2, that is c by minus 2 into e, where a is c by minus e, and b is equal to r0 by square root of 1 minus epsilon square, that is equal to L by square root of minus 2 mu e. And we already know r0 is L square by mu c, and epsilon is square root of 1 plus 2e L square by mu c square. On substituting, you will get L by 2 mu into t is equal to pi into c by minus 2e L by square root of minus 2 mu e, and squaring t square is equal to pi mu c by minus e whole square into 1 minus 2 mu e. I write it like this: pi square mu by 2c into c by minus e all square into c by minus c, because c by minus c is a, therefore this is a square into a, that is a cube. So I write on t square is equal to pi square mu by 2c into a cube. Okay, now we can substitute the value of mu and c. We know mu is m divided by m plus m, and c is g into mm. Therefore t square is equal to pi square by 2 g mm into mm by m plus m into a cube, and this mm will be cancelled. Therefore t square is equal to pi square by 2 into m plus m into g into a cube. So what we can say is t square by a cube is slightly depend on the mass of the planet. Therefore, what we can say, the Kepler's law is not exact. Okay, it depends slightly on mass, but if you calculate the ratio of mass, small m divided by capital M, it is very, very small. Okay, so that Kepler's third law holds to good accuracy in the solar system. Therefore, t square is proportional to some constant k into a cube holds the third law. But k is pi square by 2 into m plus m into g, that is a constant. Kepler's law also applied to the motion of satellite around a planet. Okay, so one example is that I have taken from the NASA site. You can also see that the Cosmos 358 epsilon is 0.00231. All details are given, and t is 95.2 meter at 2 minutes, and s cube by t square is 2.91 into 10 raised to 8. So you can also find various values and calculate it.